All right, this is it. My name's Jeff Kay, and you're listening to episode 470 of the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast.
A little bit hefty.
Earlier this week, I came downstairs in the morning, and I went into the kitchen and I was preparing to make the coffee, or as we say back home, fixing to make the coffee. And I was doing all the stuff that you have to do to make coffee. And at one point, I opened the silverware drawer. I can't remember why I opened it. I don't know what I was doing. But I opened the silverware drawer, and I pulled it out, and the whole bottom fell out of it. Like the entire bottom of the drawer just fell in the floor. I'm like, how? How's this happen? It's like, I don't know. Our kitchen has the original cabinetry in it. It's from 1966. It's kind of cool. I like it. Tony wanted to have that stuff ripped out. I said, no, it's got character, man. I love it. Let's just keep it. So you can't put some kind of boring, generic stuff in here. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. They seem like they're in good shape. I don't know. I experienced no. I mean, I didn't notice any problem with that drawer. But the whole bottom fell out of the thing. It just like crash. I mean, it was like so loud, right? The cat was on the love seat in the living room, asleep. He's curled up in a croissant. He's all croissanted up, just in there sleeping, And that thing crashed, and he come in there like his eyes are all darting around, like, what's going on? Mister, what is happening, Mister? What the hell's that? And he was like freaked out, and in fact he wouldn't even settle down. I had to put him out. I was like, all right, go. God, sorry I woke you up from your slumber. Anyway, he's in here all the time sleeping. He's sleeping right now. He's upstairs on the younger boy's bed, curled up, sleeping hours. We went and got pizza. We went to Tony and I went and got pizza for lunch today and just left him in here. He's not our cat. We just left him in here. He didn't even know. He's still asleep. Never stirred, But anyway, so the bottom of the drawer collapsed, fell out fully. I mean, I'm not talking about it like half of the one side of it tilted and everything fell out. I'm talking about the whole bottom of it just fell out into the floor, and a million pieces of silverware and whatnot that was in there just went crashing on the floor. So I was like, this is fantastic. This is like minutes after I got up, So I just kept making the coffee. Went in the living room, sat down. And then the older boy came down and he goes, what the hell's going on down here? What happened? I said, look in the kitchen. He goes, what the hell? I said, I don't know. I said, the bottom of the drawer fell out. Are you just going to leave it? I said, I'll deal with it eventually, but I just woke up. I have to ease into the day. I can't just come downstairs and just jump into all kinds of activity. I haven't even had a cup of coffee yet. He goes, God. So he goes in there and he pulls the drawer completely out and he grabs the bottom of it and he gets some tools and starts hammering that thing, puts some screws in it, tightens it up. He takes care of that part of it, which I was, appreciative of. And he put it back in there. It's solid now. And but he left all the silverware and shit laying on the floor. He's going to leave that for me. So so the drawer's solid again. And I had to go in there, and I was like, should I just put these things back in the drawer? I mean, the kitchen floor's not filthy. It's not like we're living in squalor. Then I probably should do the right thing. So I put them all in the sink, put all the silverware in the sink, put some, dishwashing liquid in there, let them soak for a little while, and then, quickly wiped each one of them off and dried them and put them back in the drawer, and we're back to normal. And then I had to clean up the regular stuff that was sitting there because nobody else does it except me, which I'm mildly annoyed, resentful about. Like I have to come home sometimes and clean up some garlicky dinner from the night before, something I didn't eat. I still have, But anyway, I cleaned up the kitchen twice. It felt like twice, right? And that was that. And I got on with the day. Moved on into the next chapter of the day, right? And then I was getting ready to leave for work, and the older boy goes, I think I'm going to make some eggs. I'm looking at the kitchen. The kitchen's all clean. I took the trash out, swept the floor, washed all that silverware after that catastrophic collapse. And he's like, I'm going to make some eggs. I'm like, it's all right. Hey, go ahead. And he commences to banging and slamming. There's stuff dirty's like 4 or 5 different plates or bowls and pans and stuff. All kinds of, forks and spatulas. I was like, okay, well, so he made his eggs and ate them in the dining room. And I was like looking at all that stuff like I just cleaned up the kitchen, So I guess I better get started on this then, Oh my God, it irritates me. I mean, I don't know. They don't do, Tony washes dishes sometimes. It's relatively rare. The boys wash dishes never. And that's our fault. I mean, we should, if we wanted them to do that, we should have got them started on that a long time ago. No, they're not even. It never even crosses their mind. It's our fault. It's my fault. And Tony's fault. But anyway, I had to clean up the kitchen again. This is how I start my day. And I can't leave for work with dirty dishes in the kitchen. I can't. Some people have no problem with it. In fact, I could name 3 of them in this house. Have absolutely no problem with doing that. I, on the other hand, have to leave the house with all the dishes washed, right? And cleaned up. The kitchen, the counters have to be wiped down. The trash is out. The floor's swept. Anyway, the silverware drawer just fully collapsed. The whole bottom panel came out, and about 300 knives, forks, and spoons, and associated items went crashing. And the kitty sprang out of his croissant pose. They come in there and was bouncing around, like that scene in Animal House when Belushi was bouncing around out there when they're going to put that ladder up against the girls' dorm house. Anyway, I don't know if any of you will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that happened. Speaking of the kitty, he's taken over the younger boy's bedroom. He considers that his own bedroom, and I don't know what happened. He's been coming in here for a year and a half, 2 years. I don't know how long he's been coming in here, and he doesn't. We never had any problem with him, using the bathroom inside or anything like that. He's a very, very intelligent, right? And he's housebroken. He doesn't. We have no issues with him, but for whatever reason, he took a big shit in the younger boy's bedroom the other day. And it's not like it wasn't one of those times when we left him alone. We were here. I don't know what the hell is going on. And Tony goes, don't tell him that, don't tell the younger boy, because he's in Pittsburgh, right? He goes, don't tell him. I said, I was going to tell him that that the kitty left him a little after dinner mint on his pillow. She goes, "Don't tell him anything like that. He's going to freak out, probably burn the bedding, burn the mattress, because he's a little particular, you know." So I didn't. I thought that'd be funny. Tell him that, I was looking forward to telling him that the cat shit up his bedroom, but Tony put the kibosh on that. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what happened to him that day. He's having an off day, I guess. He's up there right now snoozing. He's a fine animal. All right. Let's see. The other day, I got a text from my friend Tim Smith, the same guy who did the Canon. Well, he's done a lot. He's contributed a lot to the podcast. He's called a few times, but he did an analysis of every episode of Canon, the old TV show. The number of fist fights, the number of gunshots fired, the number of times the gunshots have hit the target, the number of times gunshots have been fired at Cannon, the number of times he was hit, the number of fist fights, car wrecks, and number of times a person's been rendered unconscious with a karate chop, and the number of times I'm going off. I don't have it in front of me. I'm just going off my memory, and the number of times that Cannon has been set on fire. So he did this analysis of every episode of Canon. I don't know. I remember if you talk about that. If we talked about that, I know we talked about that on the podcast, and there's an update on my website too about it. Maybe I'll link to it in the show notes. But anyway, I've known him since like 5th grade, Tim. But anyway, he texted me the other day, and he said 50 years ago today we started 7th grade. 50 years ago today we started 7th grade. 7th grade, where we're from. All right, elementary school is 1st through 6th. I don't know what it is now. It's all jacked up. They got different kind of. We used to have elementary school or grade school, whatever you want to call it. Junior high and high school. That's what we used to have. Now they got intermediary and all. I don't know what the hell. I don't even know what it is. I don't know. Intermediate or something. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know how it works now. But when we were going, it was we didn't have kindergarten. We had 1st grade through 6th grade. That was elementary school. The junior high was 7th through 9th. So 7th was a big deal. So there was like 5 or 6 elementary schools in Dunbar back in those days. 5 maybe. And they all fed into one junior high, So it was the first time that we went to school with a bunch of new kids. There was like a whole bunch of like all the elementary schools full of kids that we didn't really know, from different areas of the town, and so that was totally intimidating, So 7th grade was a big deal, and it was 50 years ago. It was earlier this week. 50 years ago was the first day of 7th grade. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like that. 50 years, God, half a century ago. I'm officially old, man. I started thinking about that. I was talking to my brother about it, and I was thinking our grandmother, who lived across the street from us, basically helped raise us, She was a saint, one of the greatest, Loved that woman. But anyway, she lived right across the street from us, and she was my mom's mom, and I was thinking, I bet she was younger. I bet she, who I always thought of as old, all my life I thought of her as old, but I bet she was probably younger then than I am now. So I don't remember I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about the dates, how old people are, what year they were born or anything. But my brother does. I asked him, I said, what year was she born? He goes, 1915. Just automatically. There's like absolutely no pause. 1915. I was like, okay, so she was 60 in 1975. 1975, she was 60. So she was younger than I am right now. I don't like any of this. Like, what the heck? How? Good Lord. I don't like that. 50 years ago? That's a kick to the luggage. Man. Thanks a lot, Tim. I like the Cannon thing better. I like Cannon. Cannon, he was a nimble sprite of a man. You know, he got shot at a lot. He shot at people and hit them at a high percentage. He, on the other hand, was shot at. Was rarely, his percentage was way down. However, he did get shot, like 13, 15, I don't know, I can't remember, 20 times or something. And just think about that. Somebody's been shot 20, I don't know what it was, 50, say it's 15. Somebody that's been shot in their lifetime, well, across like a 7-year, I don't know how many seasons it was on. In a 7-year or 6-year span, they got shot 15 times. Just think about that. That's terrible. God. I mean, how do you survive it? Anyway. Thanks, Tim. Thanks. That blew my mind, and it was very upsetting. Speaking of TV shows, I'm powering through the Blacklist. 10 seasons. I'm in season 8. Halfway through season 8. It's a lot of episodes. Every season has like 20 some episodes. It was a network TV show on NBC. It's only been off a couple years. It's James Spader. It's great. It doesn't even feel like a network TV show. Network TV shows are not good generally. They all have a certain feel to them. This one feels like it could have been on one of the streaming services. It's really good. The writing is really clever and stuff, and funny sometimes. It's a really good show. And there was something that happened on there that cracked me up. Hang on a second. I'm gonna put this on hold. I can't remember, but there was something written into that show that was hilarious. Some kind of, I can't remember it. Maybe it'll come to me. But anyway, there were a couple of episodes that I watched recently that were kind of blew my mind a little bit. And one of them was it started out just like a normal episode, and then suddenly the cast were on there. Looks like they're backstage at some kind of like studio somewhere, and they're all on there talking about how because of COVID restrictions, they were unable to complete this episode. Right? They started it and they completed like 80% of it, but there's scenes that are missing because we're not allowed to work anymore. So we went back and we had a discussion about it, and we've decided that we're going to fill in the missing scenes with animation, and we're we'll provide the voices. We'll record the voices, but the missing parts will be filled in with animation. So that's like the whole episode, like most of it was filmed, it was completed. But then there was like, random scenes. I guess they filmed these things completely out of order, which is bizarre. You think they just film it from, beginning to end. I mean, I don't know. I never really think about it that much, but they clearly film it everything's out of order, right? So it'd be, you'd be watching the thing and it's just like a normal episode, and then there's like these weird, I don't want to call them cartoons, but it's animation, I mean, it's not cartoons like a Scooby-Doo thing. It's kind of hipster animation, So they completed the entire. They said this wasn't going to be the season finale, but it is now because we can't work. We're not allowed to work. So it was crazy. That one was crazy, And then there's another one that I watched a few nights ago that was crazy too. There's this character on there named Glenn, and he works for the DMV. And he's real good. He's got short arms. He's all gnarled up. I don't know what his deal. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what the problem is, but he's got short arms. And he's short. Something's wrong with him physically, And but he's hilarious, and he's making all kinds of wise cracks, and he's difficult to deal with and everything. But anyway, he works for the DMV, and he's real good at finding people. He's a tracker. So he starts working. He's working for Raymond Reddington, who is the star, the James Spader's character, who is an international criminal. He's running a massive international crime syndicate. And he uses this guy to track people down for him because he's really good at it. It's never explained how he found him or whatever. So anyway, he goes to see him. He's not there. So he goes to his house, and his mother's there. And his mother said he died. He died suddenly of West Nile virus. And he's like, West Nile virus? What? He's dead? Yes, he died recently. And we're setting up. He goes, why wasn't I told? We'll get around to it, So anyway, so they find out he died of West Nile virus. The mother is putting together some kind of ceremony, They had him cremated, but they're going to have like a ceremony, in honor of him. And she keeps saying, I'm sure Huey will be there. And he's like, who's Huey? He goes, Huey Lewis. He goes, what? What the hell? What are you talking about? And she said, the mother. So this Glenn doing all this work for this crime syndicate, and they're paying him, and he's supposed to be working at the DMV. He does work at the DMV, but he's driving some fancy sports car. He's got money. He goes on trips. He's got way more money than he should have for a guy who works at the DMV. So he wrote this letter to Raymond and said and his mother gave it to him. He said, if I die, give this. Don't read it. Give it to Raymond. So she gives it to him, and he says, I have told everybody I know that the reason I have so much money is because I have been the muse for Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis and I are close. We're good friends, and I have inspired him to write some of his biggest hits. And he's given me some, he's taking care of me because I'm his muse. And I need you to make sure that Huey Lewis appears at my memorial service, because I've told everybody in my family, I've told my mother that this is the reason, and they would be very skeptical if Huey didn't show up, and all this. And so he's never met neither one of them has ever met Huey Lewis. He's like, it's just complete bullshit. So this Raymond Reddington, he's like, I'm supposed to go see some kind of pop star. I'm supposed to go visit a pop star and convince him to go to a memorial service for a guy who works at the DMV in Redlands, California, or whatever. I don't know whatever it is. I don't know where he's at. And this is what we're doing. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm not doing it. He goes, and anyway, have you ever heard Huey Lewis's music? Do you actually think he has a muse? All this stuff. And so anyway, his sidekick, his bodyguard, who's African, he goes, you will be doing it, Raymond. So next thing you know, he's at Huey Lewis's house having this conversation with him. He's actually in the show, And I don't know, he's like, I'm not. He goes, I'm not doing that. He goes, what the hell are you talking about? You know, and he goes, this is crazy. I'm not doing that. I don't know who is this guy. He goes, you don't know him. Yeah, but he told everybody that you were his muse. He goes, I don't have time for this. I'm not doing it. Just, could you please leave my house? So anyway, so at the end he shows up, of course. He shows up out of the goodness of his own heart. And he gives this heartwarming speech about how Glenn was, you know, an important person in his life, and he inspired him to write If This Is It and all, all these big hits that he had. Crazy. And the thing about that is the actor who played Glenn had literally just died of West Nile virus. And they wrote it as the whole thing. I love that kind of stuff. That's awesome. That whole episode was like crazy. It was hilarious too. It's not a comedy, but there's a lot of humor in it. But anyway. So anyway, if you're looking for something with a whole bunch of episodes, it's on Netflix. Every episode's great. It's really good. It's extremely entertaining. So check it out, The Blacklist. And let's see what else we got. The other day I went to McDonald's, and I don't go there very often, but I usually eat at home. I usually have something to eat lunch. I eat lunch before I go to work. But I think it was that day when the bottom of the drawer fell out, and he was in there cooking his eggs and all that stuff. I didn't have time because it was mayhem. So I was hungry, but I stopped. I went through the McDonald's drive-thru, ordered a number 9, which is 2 cheeseburgers, medium fry, medium drink, and it was a delightful experience, surprisingly delightful. Everybody is super friendly, very professional. The woman at the first window where you pay, she was extremely friendly. Did everything quickly, efficiently. Handed me back my card and my receipt. Wished me a happy day, good day. Moved up to the next window. They greeted me with a smile. It was like something off a commercial. I said, and she gave me my bag. Everything was piping hot. The fries were just fresh. The Dr. Pepper was very cold and ready, ready for consumption. I said, is there like some kind of like district manager in here today or something? She goes, what? Never mind. I think it feels like, because I go there all the time and I don't get that kind of service. They're like, what? I can't hear you. You speak up. I want a number 9. Okay, that's one snack wrap. Okay, anything else? Like, what the? Oh my God, it's infuriating. You get up there, can I help you? That kind of stuff. Like the other day, everything was like, it was like something off a TV commercial, man. And I was like, man, oh man, if it was like this all the time, this area up here, there's a lot of negativity going on. And I think that's probably everywhere, but I don't know. I don't know if it's up to the level as it is here. I was like thrown, I was taken aback. That's right, I was taken aback by the friendliness and the professionalism and the quality of the food and the quickness. It's like, it caught me off guard. I was like, what is your angle? What is going on here? There's got to be something on. I think the district manager was probably in there somewhere, and everybody's on their best behavior, scared. One of these mythical, one named people that come around every once in a while, strike fear into everybody. Vinny's coming. Vinny. Oh, God. Start cleaning. Everybody, we need everybody, all hands on deck. Vinny will be here. You know what I mean? Everywhere I've worked, there's like these mythical creatures that come around every once in a while, not very often. And whenever they do, everybody's shitting bricks or ice water. One of those two. Everybody's shitting ice water and or bricks. And I have a feeling that's what was happening. I wish it was like that all the time. Next time I go in there, they'll be like, what do you need? Why are you bothering me? Why don't you make food at home? God, lazy bastard. Pull up, God. That kind of thing. The normal stuff. Anyway, I have some other things written down, but I'm just going to go. I have 2 calls that came in, and we'll just do those. And the first one is from our old pal Tony in Cleveland, and here it is.
Hey, Jeff. This is Tony in Cleveland. So I had let my Patreon lapse, and so I wasn't getting Patreon episodes, but I also wasn't getting real episodes either. And then I finally got my Patreon going again. You're welcome. And since I was missing a bunch of episodes, I downloaded a bunch of episodes. And to catch up, we're going back to about May or April. And one of the first episodes I listened to, which was, I think, from back then or more. Yeah, from back then. And damned if I didn't hear my voice on one of the calls. And apparently I didn't tell you my name. And that my celebrity lookalike has been Will Ferrell, among others. But today, going through some old episodes, as I'm kind of plowing my way through, I listened to the original podcast that talked about celebrity lookalikes and your Jimmy Fallon, and I was like, holy shit, I think we're finally catching up, going full circle. And I kind of wish Jason from Austin would get back together with a 67-year-old. She sounds like a hoot. Yeah, and you mentioned the undeniable truths or whatever how you call them. I use that basketball one all the time, the basketball coach one. But it also fits with college sports, college football coaches, and NFL coaches. Pretty much any coach. You just have to look like you just can't fucking believe it. Look at any footage of I can't even name one right now. Any of them. Just look at it. 2 seconds. And you'll be like, yep, that guy just can't believe what just fucking happened. And it could even be a good thing. It could be like a 4-yard field goal touchdown thing. Slap shot. Sports terms. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm hoping you have a good day, and I'm having a lovely day out on my porch in Northeast Ohio, where it is going to be 60 degrees tonight, and that sounds awesome. You have a fantastic evening.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. If your Patreon lapsed, I understand. No problem. But the part where you said you weren't getting the normal episodes either, why? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I mean, the normal episode, the regular episodes are available everywhere. They're on every app, every podcasting app in the world. That's right, in the world. So I don't know. I don't understand that part. But I understand getting behind. I understand, the Patreon lapsing. That's cool. I mean, whatever. But celebrity lookalikes, Will Ferrell, that's all right. That's cool. But that woman told me I look like Jimmy Fallon I used to work with. I'm like, what? Like, I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I don't see that at all. Jimmy Fallon. That's not, I don't even know if I don't understand that. But yeah, Will Ferrell, it's good. It's not bad. Rules of thumb, yeah, the basketball coach thing, yeah. Basically the most important part of being a basketball coach, I can't remember how I worded it. It's in the Surf Report rules of thumb, which is one of the very first things I ever posted to the website back in the early days. One of the most important part of being a basketball coach, professional basketball coach, or just a basketball coach is to have the ability to act like you just can't fucking believe it. Because every time you see a basketball coach, they're like, oh my God, like spreading their arms out, like rolling their eyes, and just can't believe it. So anyway, that's true. Welcome back, Tony. I'm glad you're getting caught up. I appreciate you calling in. Call in anytime. You said you didn't identify yourself one time? I don't know. I don't remember the details. But anyway, call in anytime you wanna. And we're here. And I appreciate you listening. Thanks for calling. This next one is from Ron in Florida, and here it is.
Mr. K. Hey, it's Ron from Florida. So listen to your most recent podcast, 468. And it just seems like you work with a lot of people with gut problems. I mean, I don't know, is that a Pennsylvania thing? I mean, I know you've worked all over the country, but, or did you ever consider maybe you're the one that's giving them the gut problems? You're the one contributing to their indigestion? Just curious. Hey, food for thought. Love the show, man. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah. Well, these are people not... Yeah, you're right. It's not just people here that have gut problems that I've worked with. Because a lot of those stories were in Atlanta, where the guy had to be hoisted up on some kind of a hydraulic lift with a mag light up his ass. I don't know what the hell. None of that makes any sense to me. So it's not just it's not here. I mean, you could blame it on the diet. If it was just here, you could say it's all that kielbasa, all that stuff, pierogies and stuff. Maybe everybody's anus is inflamed. But this is Atlanta, and this was here and probably other places. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. I like you say, maybe I'm the one causing it. It's possible. I mean, none of these people are people who have ever reported to me. These are coworkers. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so annoying that their ass is destroyed or their guts bubbling over. I don't know. I never thought of that, but you might be right. By the way, Ron, you failed to hang up when you said, all right, I'm out or whatever. You failed to hang up, and so it went on for the call cut off at 3 minutes, and I could still hear you moving around in your whatever you like. I was listening. I listened to it to see if there's anything funny. Something funny. I could hear something. And I could just hear you moving stuff around. Sound like you're like moving books around, papers around and stuff. If it had been me, it would have been terrible. I'd be mumbling to myself, saying stuff that I don't want people to hear. I'd be like, who knows, singing, farting, You're very disciplined when you weren't, when you didn't know you were being recorded. I didn't hear anything that was funny. Disappointing, but, very disciplined. But anyway, thanks for calling, Ron. I do appreciate it, and thanks again, Tony. You guys call me back anytime you want, and that goes for the rest of you, too. The number is 570-290-8151. You can call me round the clock. Leave a message, ask a question, make a suggestion, whatever's on your mind. It'll almost certainly be used in a future episode, so do it soon, do it up. 570-290-8151. And if you want 2 episodes a week instead of a measly one, and I don't know why, I have no idea why you wouldn't. You can do that too by heading over to Patreon. That's Patreon, patreon.com/JeffK. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation, and you'll get an extra episode every week. Well, every time I publish an episode to the main network, a few days later, you'll get an extra bonus episode, full-length episode that only patrons get to hear. So if you want to take advantage of that situation, so just to let you know, when you sign up, you get access to all the old ones or the previous ones. Not just the new ones as they come out. You'll get those too. But there's like over 200 previously recorded patron-only episodes that you can tap into immediately. So if you want to do that, head on over to patreon.com/JeffK. And surfreportpod.com is the web home of the podcast. Check that out as well. And we're at the end of this thing. Thank you guys for listening, and thanks for everything you do and all that stuff for your support of the podcast. And if you know somebody that you think might like it, please pass that along as well. And we're at the end of this thing, so thank you guys for listening. And until next time, which will be over on the Patreon side, hope you guys have yourselves a fine, fine day. I'll see you. Bye.
Did you ever consider maybe you're the one that's giving them the gut problems?